a couple days ago, and I know Joe's gonna say some thoughts about this. I am too. This is from Tony Khan himself.
And so, again, to be AEW, no matter how good you do, there will be people coming for you, gunning for you, because that's what this is. There's a reason that every single person who stepped into my position until now has gone out of business. I'm the only one left. Everybody who has stepped up and put millions of dollars into this and done it week after week, and there's no off season. You do it 52 weeks a year. It's a fight, and that's a credit to the fans. I know what it is to be a wrestling fan 52 weeks a year. It's hard. And but it's also the most rewarding thing. That's why you can't get away from it for too long. That's why we always come back to it. We're addicted. And it's worth the fight. And I love the fight. And I'm never going to stop fighting it. No matter what happens, no matter how things change, it's worth it. It's the fight Jim Crockett fought, and Vern Gagne, and Ted Turner, and so many other people that have tried, and God bless them all. And I'm doing this for all of you. And I know all of you are here in spirit. So thank you very much.
All right, go on, Joe. Rant it out.
I don't disagree with what he's saying. I mean, I agree with what he's saying. He's actually correct. And a lot of companies have come and gone, and because they don't stick to it, because they lose too much money and they fall out. Tony Khan is one of those guys that has enough money and backing to where he doesn't have to worry about that.
Okay.
So he can keep going. My big issue with Tony Khan is, and a lot of people's issue is, he's too much of a wrestling fan and not enough of a wrestling owner.
Okay.
He needs to not be as big of a fan as he was. He needs to be more of an owner and own his shit. Now, I would say the best thing for him to do, and this is my opinion, the best thing for him to do is to hire people to run his promotion for him. And he just sits back and does little things. He needs to do less and be more of an owner and less of a backstage personality. He needs to be more of a less hands-on, more just observant person. We need somebody who's going to run the AEW like a promoter should, and like somebody who like Triple H. Triple H was a game of the craft for a long time. He knows the game. He's been through a lot of the eras, the different eras, and he knows what wrestling's about. So him being a promoter made sense. Him being somebody who runs a wrestling company makes sense. And look how well it's doing. WWE's thriving because of it. So if I'm Tony Khan, I'd be looking at people that I trust to do that, as a Bryan Danielson and a Sting. Two guys who know this business, know what it takes to run to work a wrestling business, and to work a crowd, and to get S and seats. Let's put those two people in charge and let them run the company.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I will concede to that, because honestly, he's boasting. Tony Khan right now is boasting. You don't have to. Like, there's only relatively 3 wrestling promotions right now that people watch. Your company, the main company, and TNA. When people are just bored on a Thursday, that's the only thing people watch right now. Some smart marks and like really diehard wrestling fans will watch AAA and watch New Japan and watch Easy, whatever, blah, 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 wrestling.
ROH,
and stuff like that, and Collision and Rampage. And like, there's this, don't be proud of a niche market. You're doing good. You're not doing great. You made some money, but you lost money over the year. You just you're under 10-year company. Talk shit after 10 years, not before. Okay, that's what I mean. It looks very egoish, like Joe said.
This is another thing that you want to look at, and I'm going to bring it up. And as much as you don't like it, or anybody else, you may not like it, but CM Punk is a perfect example of what he did wrong. You had a guy that's a megastar. Yeah. And I say this because he's a fucking needle mover.
Yes,
You
he
had a
is.
guy in your company, and he had issues with other people backstage in your locker room because
Yes.
you couldn't control your fucking locker room.
Okay.
Now, with that being said, Rampage drew over 1 million views when Punk came back.
Of course.
Rampage this past not the last night, but the week before,
Yeah.
garnered maybe 300,000 or 400,000 people.
Oh yeah.
That is a big fucking drop in your rating mark. And your number one T-shirt sales were a guy that's no longer with your company.
Yeah.
So if I'm Tony Khan, if I'm an owner, I'm going to take that heat that this gentleman has with other people. I'm going to sit them all down and say, look, y'all going to meet me in my office. I don't want to hear no bullshit. Come to my office. And I'll be like, y'all are going to shake hands. This is going to be over with. And we're going to make some fucking money out of it.
But to add on to this, I think, and this is my opinion, Punk is going to do the same exact thing in WWE in about maybe 4 to 5 months because of his ego. And that will prove that it's not a Tony Khan problem that Punk left. It's a Punk problem that Punk left.
Here's the problem, though. He's having the same problem right now. His entire locker room is at the lowest morale it's ever been at. He's having problems in the locker room right now where people are arguing and fighting now.
That's fine. That's what WWE has done over the years. That again, this is a under 10-year company. I am not expecting them to be as a TikTok machine. He is a football man. He is just starting to be a wrestling man. Yeah. That's why I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, because in the first 4 years, you cannot deny this, Joe. He has been throwing out banger matches. Not all the time, but there's been moments in wrestling in the last 4 years that you can never take back because he has given it to us.
No. I love AEW. Yes. Don't get me wrong. I love AEW. I love the fact that there's another option out there for wrestling. Yes. I don't want them to die. I want them to strive. I want them to be right there neck and neck with WWE where we're back in the Monday Night Wars again. And it's fucking, the ratings are like a matter of like 50 apart because they're so goddamn close. I want that again. I grew up on that. That's history. And I want that again. Because that makes good, not only does it make good television, it makes good television for the fans, but it also makes good competition and makes it better. Well, once again, for the fans, because they're going to try to put out as much as they fucking can to make to get that extra 50 ratings, 50 people watching that they missed the week before.
Yeah, I know. I just hope I just wanted to get better. I know it will get better, but right now the structure is bad. I mean, look, right now Thunder Rosa came back and she looked not like Thunder Rosa at all. I watched the clip, and now she's gonna partner with Abaddon, whatever, sure, whatever. But let's get away from that for the final topic of the night. Now, question for Mr. D-Walk and question for Mr. Joe, but D-Walk will come first. Have you seen the Iron Claw trailer?
I did. Indeed.
Okay. All right. I have not. Mr. Joe, have you seen it?
Yep.
Okay, I have not. So this is gonna be a blind reaction to the Iron Claw trailer for me. I did see a interview between one of the guys who was on what's that show that freaking
Shameless.
Huh?
Shameless.
Yeah, Shameless, that guy. That he was really respecting wrestling and how it was made and everything else, and I love that part. So